So about 2.5 years ago, I moved studios to the one that we're in now. And in the process, I took all the fish that I had back to the fish shop for them to keep them because I couldn't set up tanks fast enough for the amount of fish I had. Now, some of those were my Congo tetras, which I grew up from little babies. They went into the Africa tank that we built 2.5 years ago. Yeah, makes sense. But now we've recently broke down that tank, and now the Congo tetras are available again, and I'm going to have them. So, like, my fish from years ago coming back to the new studio, which is quite a nice little cycle of events. Oh. So as great as the Superfish lights are, the standard ones, I've got an upgrade. So I'm going to fit it because it just makes way more punchier colours. Just more of a spectrum. It's RGB instead of just being normal white chips. Chips.
Big old light there and there.
Yeah, nice one.
Box fresh.
I've actually got this running on these two tanks next to us right now, but I've not got it in this size. So sometimes you get a few extra LEDs given the sort of spread it needs, hopefully. I mean, they're powerful enough as they are, but more power is better power.
Oh yeah. There's more punchy.
She is a beauty. I mean, it's hard to tell when there's nothing in the tank, of course. That is going to be brilliant. So a massive thank you once again to API and Aquarian for sponsoring this video. Throughout the video, as usual, I'm going to be using all the products you can see, well, where appropriate. I'm going to be using all of these products from API, but the fish-wise, well, we might have some plecos in there. So yeah, we'll be using the algae wafers for those. We'll be using the sinking pellets as well for food because the tetra that we're going to be getting, the Congo tetra, are massive. Like they're full on huge. And then I'll be using some flake as well for any smaller fish. Root tabs, as always, are going to come in massively handy for the substrate system. Leaf stone will be perfect to add to the water column because I'm planning on putting a lot of epiphyte plants in this tank and they pull nutrients from the water, so this is going to be needed. Aqua Essential is going to be used to purify my tap water. I'll be using Quick Start when we add the fish just to make sure everything is completely safe straight away. And AquaClear is so good for when we fill the tank up and you've got all those dust particles in the water column. This will make it clear in no time at all. And then just before we put the fish in, I will be testing the water as always to make sure everything's safe. I personally believe that everyone should have a test kit because how do you diagnose problems? You know, if you see something going wrong, you need to know. And if you've got high nitrites, high nitrate, high ammonia, this will tell you all of that. And it'll also give you a reading of your pH levels from the tap as well versus what they're at in the tank if that's an issue. So yeah, once again, thank you API and Aquarian. Back to the build. So quite often you guys have seen at this point, I would start to do like a big substrate system, but Hardscape's arrived. I really want to look at it. I bought it from Aquarium Gardens, link below if you're interested. But yeah, Dave from there has really come through with a huge amount. Look at all these boxes. So these are all rocks. I've got loads of rocks, and then this is the wood. Should we start with the wood?
Let's start with the wood. You got wood.
Yes.
Whoa. Whoa.
I like to.
I don't.
I wasn't near you.
Terrifying.
Look at this. So this is like the twisted manzanita style stuff, but it always looks good. Just get it in basically. And what we're going to do in this one as well is we're going to wrap loads and loads of mosses around all different areas too. I mean, I know you don't get these mosses in Africa, but it's an African style majority tank. So I just want some mosses. We've been using it a bit more recently and it looks so good when it grows in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We've got so much.
Yeah, loads. Absolutely loads.
I might not need all of this actually, so we can have some for like extra projects as well. Oh my goodness. And what I like loads about this stuff is that you can just do what I've done here and you can clump it together however you want to create whatever sort of size you want and positions and stuff. Really versatile.
And you have got Escape in mind, haven't you, for this
Oh,
one?
I have, yeah. I mean, I've always got Escape in mind. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go that way once I start doing it.
Yeah, but this one you've been thinking about for a wee while.
Month? Probably a month.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
Got different sizes. Like, that's a nice big one. Oh, yes. I'm scaping the sofa currently.
Love it. Love it. What fish are you going to add?
Don't need that. So this should be... Actually, I've got multiple stones because I've got some for another project as well. Yeah, this is the Hakai stone. Oh, look at that. I have used it before. There's loads of it, actually. I think in the 8 foot. Oh. Yes, Dave. I've got some big uns.
Oh, yeah, nice. Good colours.
This is just one. Oh. Whoa. It's like an elephant foot. Okay, so this is the other one that I've got, elderly.
Oh, wow, it's got big, like...
Quartz.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those bits, so you just sort of turn it so you can't see them.
Quite angular compared to the Hakai.
Very different. This is
round,
roundy, yeah. It's good to have different looks, though, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I think this IKEA table is probably at its limit. But I think, yeah, just carry on.
Look at that.
Carry on.
Oh, no, we've got some more. Long one. Right. We're hardscaped up. We're ready to go.
Smooth.
I was hoping that would go better than that.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah. So we've got our rocks. I'm now just going to start putting some in. I don't want anything overly complicated. I don't want a huge amount of height from the rocks either, because the sticks are all going to create that. I'm going to start with the biggest boy, and I'm not worried about placing it straight down on the glass, gently, because it will easily support the weight of it. I've just got to get some in first. I don't even know if I want it there or not, but yeah. The good thing about this rock and this wood, if I'm honest, is like you put it in, it will look good. You kind of don't have to worry too much about composition or anything like that. You can if you really want to go into that. But as a beginner-friendly materials, it's so forgiving. It just looks cool anyway. So if it's in the tank, it still looks cool. Plus the plants. The plants are going to make it look great. So now I've got some rocks in. Again, I don't know if I've got certain sort of places for them. Start putting some wood in as well. Stuff can be moved around. I've saved a few rocks if I want to add them after as well, once we've got some substrate in, a little bit more height, that kind of thing. But now, again, start with the 2 biggest pieces of wood. I always like to do that.
So you're sort of dry fitting stuff now, because you talked about wrapping the wood with mosses as well, so presumably that's going to come out?
Maybe I might try and do it whilst it's in situ.
Sounds fiddly.
Yes, this is why I don't often do it. It depends, like if it's easy for me to just take it out, then we'll take it out. But if it's gonna like, everything's gonna fall apart, then not. So I'm really liking what I've done so far with the scape. But I'm pretty sure if I take all that out and put it back in, it won't look the same. It doesn't have to look exactly the same, so I'm just going to take a quick photo for reference. Now I can take it out and wrap it in moss, which is way easier than trying to get right in there. And yeah, I don't normally do this, but you know, making an extra effort today. that is why we do that. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to put mosses onto wood, the method that I've used there with the cotton wrapping round is the best way. It looks so good now, but also it looks really good as it grows in as well. It's always sort of binded. It makes it a lot easier for trimming. I'll put up a clip of a tank I did, a rainbow fish tank, 3 years ago. And it was the same as this. This is just Java moss, just a normal Java moss. If you keep trimming it, keeps regrowing, it grows so compact. Yeah, I'll show you the clips of it, it looks so good. But yeah, if you're gonna do it, don't glue it to that because it just doesn't look very good. You're always gonna get like the crusty bit of the glue showing through and it ruins it all straight away. Next up, this is a little bit different to usual because usually I do a substrate first and lay all this on top. But now I'm gonna put in a whole substrate system all underneath, full of nutrients so we can get some good plants growing. Saying that, it's probably better if I glue this down first. Couple little glue points on the contact. This stuff isn't incredibly buoyant, so a few pieces like of glue, one down there, that'll stay put. Right, it's time to create the nutrient layer. I've been using this recently, this substrate stuff from Denale Plants. It's so good. Basically, soil. What I do is I mix it in with a gravel, and then it just stays down the bottom, cap it over the top of the sand, plant into the sand, and the roots then go down, they find the soil, and I just get such long-lasting results. Combine that with the root tabs I'm gonna add as well, and the plants are gonna have everything they need coming from the roots and just keep flourishing. Works so good. I've got some really nice gravel I can use here, kind of pea gravel, I guess. It's just something I had in another tank. It's got some other bits and bobs in there as well, a little bit of aqua soil. But I'm going to add in the substrate into it, probably about like a 50-50 mix. And then, yeah, chuck it all down on the base layer. So the reason I'm mixing it with gravel is because if you just put the soil down on its own, it becomes like this just sludgy, compact thing. Whereas if I mix the gravel with it, it sort of allows water to traverse through it all and like keeps everything good. Is about as far as the science I'm going to explain on it, which isn't science. I don't know the science. I know that when I do this, it works well. The plants grow great, fish are healthy.
Does it help with roots as well?
I guess so, because if it's too compacted, the roots, they'll still get in, but they'll struggle more, whereas this is sort of creating gaps between particles, so like space.
Chunks is helping.
Thanks, Chunks.
Cheers, mate.
And now, we can just layer it in the back area. So much glue on my hands. So I guess what I'm doing here is think of it like a power sand. If you guys know what that is, some of you might know what that is. Basically, this is like the heavy nutrient section. I'm gonna obviously still use root tabs as well, but like this should keep long lasting growth and just allow stuff to go everywhere. It does need capping though.
How long is long lasting?
Well, you know how long I keep my tanks, so no, I've done this. This is too recent to say long lasting, but my home tank now has been running for 2 months, which isn't a long time, don't get me wrong, but there is no signs of that. I would say that given other methods I've done before, and I've had them running for 1.5 years, is my longest running tank, I reckon this is going to be way longer than that. Now, for me personally, I don't need it to be longer than that. I don't want to keep a tank 10 years. It's just I've got no interest in that at all. I like switching things up. But this is definitely going to keep stuff looking amazing for a year, 100%.
Your self-sustaining tank's 9 months old?
Yes, which I did a similar method, but not as good. This is quite new for me trying this, although it is one of the first things I did as well, but stepped away from it. And now I'm coming back realising, like, that is so good. Yeah, it's going to work so well.
Do full circle, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great chat.
Thank you. I've done it though. Oh. But thank you. So this is so nutrient rich. This going in the water column is algae and days, I would say. So cap the whole lot now with either a fine gravel, super fine gravel, or sand, coarser sand. I don't like to use really small fine sand because I find that it just compacts and nothing can come above or below it, which is a bit too much of a barrier. You want it to stop it like migrating, but not like to the point where no water, gas exchange, all that sort of stuff can happen. Otherwise you get pockets of like fart, basically. You know what I mean?
Of fart.
So I've got like this sort of level of sand. I haven't got much of it though. So I've got another one here. This is more like a fine gravel. Then I've got another sand at the end. I'm just going to mix them all together so it's all the same and use that as the capping. Then I've got this cool stuff for the decorative foreground. ADA, look. But it's just got really nice tones in it.
Yeah, you used it on the jungle tank, right?
Yeah, I did, yeah. But it's going to go even better in here because the scaling's bigger and these rocks as well, they kind of like match it a bit, you know?
Oop, didn't quite know what you were doing there.
Yeah, they match it really nice.
Yeah, looks great.
Well, it's now time to add to that system first of our API products. Seeing as this is a sponsored video, currently sponsored by API and Aquarian, I always use these. Everyone knows this. I've been using these for like 6 years now. Basically, we've just got a compact, basically, we've got like a compact amount of nutrients in one sort of tablet, which can be really good for like Echinodoris and things like that. You put it near it and it will find it all. But on this instance, we've got quite a large area. So I'm going to snap each one in half. So effectively, we've got 20 halves of tablets there and just dot them all around in that back area where I know I'm going to be having plants. So I tend to do things a little bit different to most. I like to plant everything first and then fill up with water. Whereas I always find I'm a little bit rushed when I'm doing that. So I would rather, and this is what I normally do, fill the whole tank up now and then just add plants as and when I want. I can see how they're sitting. There's no rush then as well, so you can just like move everything around. A lot of the plants are going to be on things anyway, either attached to rocks or attached to the hardscape here. So yeah, let's just fill it up, take my time with it, get the filter going, get the water going. You know, you're sort of starting the process, I feel, a bit more then as well. And if it runs over to tomorrow, it's not an issue. So before I fill the tank up, and lots of you always wonder where my tubey thing leads to, there is a barrel of water here that I fill up from the tap. And then when it's filling, I add in Aqua Essential. Now what this basically does is makes the tap water completely safe. It detoxifies ammonium nitrite and nitrate in higher doses if you've got like a spike or a problem. We shouldn't be needing that, but it's good to know that it's there if it's needed. I mainly need it for removing chlorine, chloramines and heavy metals from the tap water. Mixes all in there as the water's gushing in, and then I can just go straight into the tank. And half the time, what I do is I fill this up the day before, so it's already at room temperature, so all the temperature's perfect as well. Unless I'm filling up a discus tank, then I have to add heat to it, so it's the right temperature. But most tanks, 99% of the tanks in here, it's fine like that. Aqua Essential. It's essential. But so we've filled up. Now, do not judge the scape at the moment. It looks sterile, it looks boring. We've got a load more work to do. First of all, I just want to get the filter going. It's all plumbed in, ready to go. Just got to fill it back up with water. Hey, there we go. So this is just a really basic, cheap sort of one that you can get. I mean, it doesn't have a pre-filter or like a way of cleaning it very easily other than taking it all apart. So it's, yeah, but it's cheap. So that's what you get. Like if you want a more convenient filter, it's going to cost more, but this is the one I've always used for this tank. Works really well and it will continue to do well. Right, we're ready. We can plug it in. Yeah, there's a bit of crud going to come out. Oh, there we go. It's all good for the tank, gets it recycling again. Now I could add AquaClear in now to clear it all up, but I'm going to disturb all that substrate again when I plant and everything like that. So I'm just going to leave it running. What I want to do now though is add more rocks into the scape. It looks kind of flat, and that was just the idea to start with to get us going. Now we can build height in the background, places for plants to go, and just more interest in general. And it's a good job. We've got more big rocks. Ugh. Should probably just pick one of these up.
Don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it.
The old trusty.
Oh, nice crocs.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, nice crocs.
This one will look good in that back section. If I can get it in without destroying the scape.
Good luck.
Oh.
Oh my word.
There's just enough of a channel there.
Wow. Oh, it's a great looking rock. You don't notice the patterns. I didn't notice the patterns when it was dry.
See how we've instantly created height, but we've still got loads of planting room behind it as well. And this one's quite an interesting shape, but lends itself to the triangular composition quite nicely.
Presumably you're going on the other side, right?
Yes. Got to try and find a way in without dropping it.
Yes.
It would be better if I was holding this and went straight up. But
and then put the rock in all at the same time.
In one. I'll edit that. Okay, I've got it one-handed and slippery.
Perfect.
Yes.
Oh.
Got it. Oh, that's great from the front as well.
That's what you were talking about yesterday, about you wanting this to be a viewing angle as well, as much as the front.
Come on here, look at how this is three together. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like instantly, just those two rocks now have made the scape look 10 times better. So I've got some more smaller rocks as well that I want to use to place around them, but I do want to put plants and mosses and things on them. They're not actually the hacky stone, well that one is, but the rest of them are just kind of similar, so I think we'll get away with it once we've got some buses, anubias, and mosses on them all. So I think that's the next point actually, plant these up. So that already looks 10 times better, and now we've got a platform for the plants that I want to use, which were all taken out of this tank before I broke it down. And the Mabuna are currently looking after the plants for us.
They're so good. They do it every time.
Yeah. Now, they've only been in here for like a few days, so it's not like it's a permanent solution, but we've created a plant labyrinth for them. But yeah, they seem to like it. But yeah, we've got so many plants to choose from here. We've got some huge anubiases as well, which I don't want to use the mega leaf stuff, but this size, absolutely perfect for what we want. The good thing is they've eaten off any duckweed that was like attached to them. So that is ideal. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting some anubiases in and some bulbitis. We've got loads of bulbitis to use, like proper African plants. Mosses aren't African, but I just thought I wanted to use them in this scape, so that's fine. Oh, and we have got this Aponegeton here as well, which is like proper Africa. Should do really well. And there's Trey.
Ah, Trey.
Once a week he normally comes out.
I look forward to that time of the week.
Like he's happy to sit. Look at that. A couple of dodgy leaves, but that's it. Actual health of it is insane. Loads of different varieties. Whoa.
Whoa, that's a big
Bovitis. So that piece there that I put in is just too big for that section. It's quite cool and quite sort of natural, like what you'd see in the wild, but I feel like we're losing too much of the scape really. So if I'm gonna put it back over in the far corner, because then it's like gonna go in that triangular way. I'm happy for a lot of plants in that section, sort of tapering lower as we go this way. So I'm really liking the look we've got going so far, but something feels off to me. I worked out what it is. There's no tie-in from the gravel to the big round boulderiness of the rocks. And some people really like this super clean look in the foreground. I just think it looks artificial. It's just not my style. So I've got some nice other stones to sort of go between. So I've got these ones here, which, what's that? That's sable. I don't know what that means. This is as well. This is open. I think they'll go really well, like as it in between. Colour looks spot on, actually.
Yeah, tones look good.
Let's give it a go.
And the washing up has been done.
Yes, I was good.
One red one's really bothering me.
That looks way, way better. I don't know, just in my eyes, to my eyes, it looks great. Now I want to start putting in plants that are going to use that substrate system. I'm going to put Vallisneria all in the back, not completely, just nice little areas. We've got the Ponegeton as well, and I also want some dwarf sage that can then just like start spreading and sending little roots out everywhere as well. It's just going to add nice different textures, grassy look, and it will just really helps absorb nutrients as well. And it just so happens that I have an absolute ton of Vallisneria in with these guys. It's constantly having to be pruned out because it grows so fast. So yeah, just thinning that out a little bit in there, adding it over there, and keeping it all going. Oh, look at those roots. So healthy.
Giving you a good stock, this tank, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, I've used it loads.
Used it in the 1,000 litre Maidenhead tank as well.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago at
That
all.
wasn't that long ago. Once it's kind of found its balance, it just grows like crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes switching to different tanks can cause it to just like stop for a little bit, but once its roots find everything and gets used to the temperature, lighting, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Also used it on the crash plane tank.
Yep.
It's looking really good.
And the funny thing is that I've taken all of that out, and when you come under, it doesn't look like I've done anything.
No, there's enough density there to kind of keep that look, isn't there?
Now, as fantastique as that looks, it definitely needs clearing up before we move on to the next phase. And for that, AquaClear is always my friend. This is so good. Right, with AquaClear, you only need a tiny amount of it. This bottle here, if you've got 1 or 2 tanks at home, is gonna last you like a year. It's such good value for money. But you do need a fine particle catcher in the filter. So like filter floss, for instance. In my filter here, the top layer is filter floss. What it means is that this stuff will bind all that dust and murkiness you can see, create bigger globules of it that then mean that they don't just circulate in the water, they get caught in the filter floss. So for this size tank, I need just over 5 mil. There we go. Plonk it in. And what you find with it is that it makes it look worse before it makes it look better. So it goes like a kind of real milkiness. That's just the magic happening. And then give it an hour or two, we'll go get some lunch. When we come back, this should be like crystal clear. So on top of the AquaClear, whilst we're waiting for the water to just get real crystal clear, it's time to add in some leaf zone as well. We've got a load of epiphyte plants. They are going to pull nutrients from the water column, and currently there's nothing in it apart from full-on fresh water. So leaf zone is awesome stuff. It's the only thing I've used for like five years now, must be something like that. I don't have any other fertilizers, so it's just the best. I don't need anything else. Everything grows absolutely insane. So for this size tank, we've got a good amount of plants. I'm gonna do basically what it says on the back, which for this size tank, it is gonna be 4 of these. Oh my goodness, that was perfectly 4.
When does that ever happen?
And a little bit more of a dribble as well, because why not? In fact, I'm filling it up. I'm cleaning it right out. There we go. So that should be plenty. And now we're all sort of set up. When that gets clear, it should be looking good for fish. I was going to put this in the bin, but I fancy a...
Johnny Wilkinson.
Oh! Conversion.
That was good.
No, that was kickoff. Right, I've had some lunch. Everything is clear. Looks so good. We also added a surface skimmer to the whole tank as well. But come on in, Steph. Come and have a look. I wanted to get a good look at this. Looks really, really nice. One thing I'm noticing though is that the lighting is currently set in the middle of the tank. Now it looks great, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of making the image flat. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
And then if we want some highlights at the back, because it's quite gloomy, I think I'm going to push it to the back a little bit more, hopefully highlight all of the balustrade a bit. I'll do that. So this is key, like light placement can completely change a tank. So that, yeah, there we go.
So it's made it look more 3D.
So like, yeah, you've got those highlights for the balustrade at the back. You've got this highlight in the middle section. You've got a little bit of a darker area at the front, which is cool. That's what adds like depth, having a darker and lighter area. But yeah, we can definitely go and get our fish now. I mean, this filter is so mature. It's been running for like several years on several different scapes. So we're all good in that aspect. I will be adding some quick starts, of course, because it's a brand new substrate system. And as you guys know, or hopefully you know, the substrate systems that I create add a ton of biological filtration as well. So we've kind of got fresh in there, but we've still got the canister good. So yeah, I think we're ready. Let's go get some fish.
It's looking good. This leaf here.
Aponogeton.
The Aponogeton.
Yeah, great textures, aren't they?
Oh, it looks so good.
I would like to get more, actually.
It's kind of like bubble wrap.
They're another one of those that's quite hard to get going, but when it does, it goes really, really good and really, really big.
It's like a whole different texture in the tank, but it looks great.
There's one that's lace, so it's like a lace look. You've not seen that yet. I'll get some. I'll order some in. They look so good.
Yeah, it's looking fab.
Let's get fish.
Fish. Where are we going?
You know where we go.
Road again.
Snot rocket.
Are we going to Snot Rocket?
No.
Oh.
Only because I don't want you to have to use your fuel when I've got an electric vehicle that I charge from solar panels, so we might as well.
It's true. It's better for the environment.
And that, yes, greener. We like green.
The van is very green.
Van's green as well.
Why are you wearing sunglasses?
Because I'm a rock star.
Oh.
No. It's because even this level of light gives me weepy eyes.
Oh, weepy eyes. You know when you like feel like you go to the fish shop but then get distracted by barbecues?
These guys over here just walked past thinking that we were doing some sort of press for this barbecue. Oh. They were like...
Sponsored by...
Well, barbecue.
This kind of flower arch that we have to walk through every time. It feels like... I was going to say more like a wedding, but limbo's good. And here we are.
Cheryl! Yeah, we've just been looking at barbecues. Do you know why I'm here?
I really don't.
The Congos.
The Congo.
Are they still here?
Yes.
Good, because they were for me, yeah? Okay, cool. No, you don't have to stop. You can do whatever you're doing.
I'll stop taking, so I'm
Oh,
just going
okay,
to
yeah,
check
don't
through
do
an
that.
item and I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Steph, get a nice shot of these. Look at that beauty. Whoa. That's a very nice koi. Well, I don't know anything about kois, but it looks
Look at
nice.
that golden one.
Yeah.
They are huge.
Oh, there's a really cool one down there. He's coming up. Yeah. Apparently, like, certain colours are, like, real sought after, but I just think they all look cool. Look at that.
That is a large poisson.
Here they are.
Okay, so
Not the Alestes.
no,
They're way too big.
they're going to Tropiquera Zoo anyway.
Oh, they are. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yes.
So yeah, we want most of them.
Most of them. Okay.
Because there isn't a huge amount, is there? There's
No.
Obviously, we've got the males.
Lots more females.
There's lots
to males.
more females.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing.
No, exactly. But it's so nice because these were the ones that I brought for you and gave to you,
Yeah.
and now they're coming back to
They're
me.
coming back to their original owner. Oh, it's emotional.
It is
Got
quite
a
nice.
tissue.
Do you remember me?
Fish can't remember anything.
I think that's
I don't
goldfish
know.
that can't remember.
Well, they reckon, don't they? What do they reckon? 10 seconds? I reckon they're more intelligent
it
than that.
definitely is more intelligent than that.
Several hours later.
Nice. Oh, it can come out. Yeah, we definitely don't need any more fish than these in the tank.
No.
These will be such a good spectacle, though. You don't want there to be a few left. Because we've got loads here.
How are you going to do that?
Are you going to... Yes.
Whoa.
There's plenty of air in there. Like, we're going straight back, so...
It's probably quite heavy.
Yeah, it is.
It's full of water.
How did you get there?
I've been here the whole time. Just waiting for you to come back.
Right, we probably should have opened the door before I'm doing this, but you got that?
Got what?
The door.
Nope.
Oh, new desk.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, this is going to be very difficult to do any sort of temperature acclimation, so I'm going to test the temperature of the water to there. Should be the same because the car was warm. We'll come straight from there to here, and it's a similar temperature.
And the journey's not that long
Yeah.
as well.
So yeah, temperature tested, everything is all good and matching. I do not want them in this thing for too long, so I'm just going to put them straight in. It's the best way to do it, less stress. So here we go, here's the first of the fish going in. Whoa! Whoa, they look amazing. God, the colours are very vibrant under the lights. And we've got even more. You go, guys. Whoa. And here we go, the last of the group. And you go. Ooh, a bit disorientated. Looking good, look at the colours. Right, that's all the fish in. At this point is when I add in my quick start, which, like I say, we've already got an established filter. It's been running for a long time. But I just always use it as like a security measure, if you like, just to make sure we've got new substrate and that sort of thing. Always make sure you shake up the bottle first because sediment and stuff can sit on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A bit for luck.